This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's just get right into the news because, there's a lot of, weird stuff happening today, and I just want to, get the news out, period, okay? So let's just start with this. This is what I assume what happened. So Mulatto is denying that she was ever with 21 Savage. They just performed together. I'd say that's a lie. I say that it just didn't work out, and they just didn't want to address it. 21 Savage might have dumped her. She might have dumped him. Who knows? Who knows what's going on, okay? But definitely something weird. And hey, I could see that, 21 Savage is on Robinhood a lot. And I'm not Robinhood. He's on Clubhouse a lot, which just makes me think that it's he's got an emotional side, but he doesn't want to really tell everybody what's going on. I don't know, how does that connect to that? It just makes me think he's a softie when it comes to girls and stuff like that. We saw him with Amber Rose. He dressed up in a little outfit and everything and went out marching with her, and held up signs. I like 21 Savage music, but sometimes it's dude, what are you doing? Mike Pence is reportedly homeless. He went back to Indiana, has nowhere to live. I guess he has Secret Service for 6 more months, but and he made what was he making? $250 a year. The housing market is weird. It's hard to find a house, but I guess it's hard to find the right. I don't know what's going on, man. They just keep talking about Mike Pence is homeless. It's fine. These politicians, man, I swear. Mulatto said, I'm not going to put a picture of his son up, but his son was actually found guilty for murder. That's crazy. Mulatto. Oh, man, that's sad. So what happened was he's 18 years old, and dancehall artist Dante Brooks, the 18-year-old son of Mulatto, has been found guilty of murder, according to Dancehall Mag, now facing life. Brooks and another teen were arrested and charged in connection with taking Lorenzo Thomas's life. It took place in St. Andrew community of Casanova Peace on June 5th, 2018. They say that Brooks and Hins were among 5 guys who entered a house and popped him. The father was taken to another room and he survived. So he'll be sentenced on March 10th. Mulatto has addressed the situation on social media, sending love to his son. He also released a song called Not Perfect, which talks about the trial. If you want to check that out. Casanova officially denied bail by a judge. We said that he's probably going to get no bail. Well, it was officially done. At Thursday morning, Judge Davidson said that while the defense had presented formidable argument for freeing Casanova on $2.5 million bail, he was concerned about the danger to the community if he was released. When you go back to the history and characteristics of this defense, this is a development who has, over the last decade, managed to rack up 3 serious felony convictions. This was not going to go over well. Think about it. He's been in jail before, and then kind of got back around the same activity when he came out of jail and was a rapper. And there was no reason for him to be around all this activity and have this stuff on his phone. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying it doesn't look good when you present it to a court. I believe that those were his friends, and it just happened that way where he was hanging around his friends, and it got all mixed up, and they wanted to go after Casanova as the leader of this whole thing when he probably wasn't. He was probably just hanging around his friends. But unfortunately, everything was very public. There's photographs, text, and everything, and he has a lot going against him, and he needs a good lawyer to say that he wasn't the leader of this, and he wasn't, he didn't muscle his way into leadership over his rap status, So hopefully he's able to challenge this case. So a lot of hype right now on, GameStop and AMC and all this stuff. Now, Robinhood is a brokerage firm, and a lot of these people that are on, the Discord for, Wall Street Bets, and they're on Reddit, they traded through Robinhood. Now, so Ja Rule chimes in on this, first of all. So this was a hype since Tuesday. If you were in on Monday on these things, you could have made a lot of money, right? Meaning, there was a lot of hype around it. There was a lot of talk about it. You had billionaire investors behind it to squeeze the short. We explained, if you're curious about getting educated on what's going on with GameStop, I dropped a video this morning talking about it in detail, what's going on, what a short is, and how they're squeezing the short now. They're raising when you short something, you're betting it's going to go down, but you already borrowed the money, you borrowed the stock, and cashed it out. And you're hoping to buy back that same amount of stock for a cheaper price. But if the price goes up, you have to buy it for the higher price when your contract comes up, which I think is tomorrow. And you're stuck now. The brokerage firm you borrowed the stock from is going to want the difference. If the stock goes up tremendously, they're going to be like, wait a minute, okay, you say you borrowed at $20 and it goes up to $100, they're going to want that $80 there. They're going to be like, hey, where's that? But we're talking billions, so they're going to be like, what's up with that $80? They call your short. I mean, they do a margin call because the margin is bigger, and now you got to come up with that bread. You got to buy these stocks at higher numbers when your contract comes up. They could do it before the contract comes up. They can call a margin call at any point. And that's what's happened. Melvin Capital and Citron, they had to actually borrow money to settle this. Now, GameStop is down in AMC. Now, again, if you're listening to this, this is not financial advice, okay? And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what's going on. I would steer kind of like, it's a risky thing doing all this kind of stuff. But it's up to you. You got to do your own research on stuff like this. All I'm telling you what's going on. So, of course, who comes in? Who do we need to hear from around this time? Ja Rule. Ja Rule got into the action late on a Thursday, when yesterday was the day. The hype around it was already out on Tuesday, but the super hype came out yesterday, okay, because Wall Street started freaking out. So this is where Ja Rule is giving advice and shouldn't be giving advice to people, okay? So he's talking about the hedge fund shorted these stocks, and now we can't buy them because of Robinhood. Because what Robinhood did is they made it so you can't even trade the stock anymore on there. They said they don't support it. Now, the stock market is supposed to be free market, right? You're supposed to be able to, you can't even research the stock at this point. It doesn't even exist if you didn't have it on your watch list on Robinhood. You can't, most firms are calling for that they want you to have the cash to support it. Okay, so they're not going to let you. They're not going to let you trade it because there's too much volatility in the stocks. So they want restriction. They just issue restrictions, like Merrill Lynch and all them. They're issuing restrictions saying you need to meet they have increased margin requirements, because sometimes you can trade and use your other stock as collateral. They're not letting you do that right now. Merrill Lynch wants the cash to back the stock you're buying at that moment. These stocks that are going up and down a lot, like AMC, Nokia, and GameStop. Okay, why are these being traded? There's shorts on all of them. There's shorts on AMC. It's like 68% shorted. That means that a hedge fund came in and shorted the 68% of the stock. On GameStop, they shorted 120% of the stock. More shares than even exist. That's greedy. Anyways, and again, this is not advice. I am just letting you know what's going on. So, but what Robinhood did is that they don't even have margin requirements. They're just not letting you touch it. That is weird, okay, I got to say. And they're going to probably have to answer that. Like, you have senators now talking about it, like Ted Cruz. Then you have House of Representative AOC talking about it. Mark Cuban mentioned it. Of course, Ja Rule mentioned it. Said he's losing money on Robinhood. That's what he said. And then he said, yo, this is a crime. And then he's telling people what to do with the stock, which you shouldn't do, especially as a famous person. He should know. He should know to stay away from stuff like this. I mean, he was just involved in something that had nothing to do with stocks, but a festival a couple of years ago that went real south. I would stay clear of anything that was still an investment, okay, that I would have stayed clear of, okay? It wasn't a stock investment. It was a project, but still, I would stay clear of giving people advice and everything on that kind of stuff. I can't go to Mark Cuban's thing now. Hold on. Okay. So, Mark Cuban says, I got to say I love what's going on Wall Street Bets. That's that Reddit. He said, all the years of high-frequency traders, front-running, retail traders now, speed and density of information and retail trading is giving the little guy an edge. Even my 11-year-old traded. So are Robinhood and IBKR ending trading in Wall Street Bets stocks because they are losing their money on the trades, or maybe they don't have the cash to enable the trades at this scale. Anyone have any insight on their economics? So what he's saying is Robinhood might have let too many people trade without having the actual cash in their account. And so if the stock goes way down, Robinhood might not have the money to cover it right away. They might say, okay, now you owe me money to the kid or the grown man that has a Robinhood account, and he doesn't have the money. So instead of having marginal requirements, that's why Merrill Lynch is having marginal requirements to cover whatever you traded, because they want to be able to cover whatever losses or gains. Like they have to cover everything. Okay. So that's why Mark's asking these questions, because it doesn't make sense why they just stopped. They might be panicking. They might have let too many people trade with it, and now it's in a weird position. We'll have to see. I mean, this is like a mess, man. This story will be playing out over the next weeks, but this is a disruptor. And also, let's be honest, the big guy, the hedge funds, are upset that the little guys like us, okay, are, able to, be players. They're used to being the billion-dollar players to move the needle, and right now things are a little bit different, and they're doing everything they can, calling in favors and everything to, remain in control. It's an interesting situation going on. Anyways, again, this is not financial advice. Disclaimer. I'm just letting you know what's going on. It's interesting to talk about. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Get in the comments below. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on everything is, especially what's going on with GameStop and everything. Did you get involved in it? Don't give any advice in the comments. I'll delete the comment. Only tell me your experience, okay? Appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. Peace.